Alright everybody, as always, make sure that if you can see me and hear me clearly, I believe it's easy to answer that you can see me clearly, but to make sure that you can hear me clearly, press F in the chat. And as I do, I'm going to be welcoming everybody who's here, and yes, it's definitely a full house, I'm happy to see that. And as I thanked you already in the chat, thank you for the anniversary wishes. Alright. Okay, so I got one from Daniel, F, and from Puss Boo, F. Okay, lots of Fs, yes. Alright, so I'm gonna be properly welcoming everybody. The Sponge Boy, welcome, and Inky, and Mutated Kraken, and Fairy Princess Valentine, and Rick, and Alba 3000, and Puss Boo. I don't know, I might have welcomed you already, but in case I didn't, yes, nice to have you as always, and Waffle Block Productions, and Deidre, and The Amazing Adventures of Zeke. Who else? Ethan, hi, and Jason the Cartoon Fan, nice, and the DMB Network. Who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody? Nasty, yes, and thank you for the anniversary wish. And Mimi Productions, yes, I'm doing great. I believe everybody else is doing great as well. And yes, thank you all for coming, and yes, it's been 10 years since I've been doing this. Just to be quick with the summary of my evolution, you know, just working with what I had and the skills that I had like at the time, and from there I continue to just grow it and improve it, and you know, just making myself more known. I'm grateful for the progress that I've made as a creator throughout these 10 years of being active on YouTube and on social media in general. So yes, let's see, hang on there. Oh yes, the Sponge Boys point out, today is March 14th. Wait, that's not right. It should say the day crabs fries. And Jason's also saying that tomorrow is March 15th, the day Mr. Crocker's wife was ruined forever. And such also the day, let's see, you're pointing out that the audio is coming in and out. Let me see here. Let me see. Maybe if I restart it and do it again. Okay, so let me know if that's doing fine for you. But yeah, so yeah, you guys could leave me your questions as much as you, and I'll answer as much as I can. Obviously, I can't answer everyone, but even without, aside from questions, you guys are offering some interesting comments worth reading. Like Deidre saying, "Happy National Pie Day." Yes, for sure. I need to rewatch the Evil Concardi episode, "The Pie Who Loved Me." And let's see. Oh, and Daniel says that he sent a gift on Twitter for my channel's anniversary. That's awesome. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna check it out. I'm sure it's gonna be some good stuff. Let's see. Anything else here? Let's see. Where is it here? Okay, so I just want to bring up about how you guys have been quoting the SpongeBob theme. Let me see who's the one who started. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it was a SpongeBob who started. "Are you right, kids?" And then Puss Boo replied with, "Aye, aye, Captain." And then Mutated Kraken continued with, "I can't hear you." And then Fairy Princess Valentine Puss Boo said, "Aye, aye, Captain." And yes, you know, SpongeBob is a magical show in terms of how cool it is. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be starting with the questions right now. Alright. And also, I mentioned that there are questions left in the community tab. Uh, you know what? I think I might as well quickly answer those first before I get to the questions that are in the chat. Let me see here. Okay. So, there's one from Vincent asking, what is my most proudest work on my channel, and what is weakest video in my opinion? Okay, so that's an answer that changes every once in a while, the more that I continue improving the quality of my content. But yeah, basically anything between my earlier years being a YouTuber from 2014, or basically 2012, because I had an earlier channel, and yeah, 2012 to 2018, I say, is my weakest work. Like back when I was using Windows Movie Maker and Microsoft Paint, and especially during those early years. And my proudest work, that's another answer. That's another thing that changes the more that I improve my work. As far as YouTube content goes, I'm proud of the last two installments of Classic Logo Remake Party for sure. Of course, I can't say that I don't have some pride for the Grover guys as well. And also Whoop Out Nerds as well, at 10 seconds short. And as for stuff that I did this year so far, I really love how my O'Grady video turned out. And I know you enjoyed it, Jason, as well as Techie, and Fairy Princess Valentine as well. So yeah, thank you for that question, Vincent. And another question, this is from you, Deidre. Since you're in the chat, you could be able to listen to it, which is what are my thoughts on Deidre's art style and Sylvian Fox from Dion Films. I'm not too familiar with Sylvian the Fox, honestly, and my thoughts on your art style is that it is pretty good. I've been meaning to check out your latest fan art of the Backyardigans in memory of its creator. I'm sure it's cute stuff. Okay. So, what questions I have here? SpongeBob is asking, my favorite Rocko's Modern Life episode. Very easy, wacky deli, and in general is one of the best satires on the animation industry, and how just love how, like, even though it's Rachel Big Head's intentions on making the worst cartoon possible so she could, like, get out of her contract, hiring Rocco, Heifer, and Filbert to make it, people still ended up liking it. Even if it's just a jar of mayonnaise on screen. Wacky Deli is a masterpiece for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Williams asking, what's my opinion on Let's Go Luna? Okay, so stick to the topic of Joe Murray cartoons. I haven't seen it yet, but I may check it out because of Joe Murray being involved with it, as well as the creator of Cat Dog, Peter Hannon. So yeah, it's cool that it's interesting how, we go from this edgy boundary pushing Nicktoon, and then cute, sweet show for PBS Kids, and then Camp Roswell is somewhat in between. From the way I see it isn't as boundary pushing as Rocco though. And Albert 3000 is asking if I like the Wild House. Yes, I do. I've been a fan of it since the year that it premiered, actually. I haven't been keeping up with it as much. It's kind of like with Phineas and Ferb. Like, when it first came out, I'll try my best to keep up with it, but as it grew in popularity, I kind of lost track. But yeah, The Wild House is still a good show, and for anybody who's wondering who my favorite sisters in The Wild House are, it's Luann and Lenny, for sure. And let's see. What else do we have here? The time cell shipper asks if I've ever done an eyes in the dark gag before. It's Whether it's pitch dark, the character's eyes open, and always visible, it's one of my favorite cartoon gags. I can't recall at the moment when was the when if I've ever done that gag, honestly, in terms of my own work. But yeah, I do love that gag. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, mutated Kraken's asking if I've seen Bounty Hamster yet. No, I haven't seen an episode of it yet. It's one of those cartoons that I only heard about because the mysterious Mr. Enter did a review of it. Even then, I don't really remember what he had to say about it, but I believe it was an admirable animation. And Nick Tunes is asking, remember Sunday Pants? I never watched Sunday Pants itself, but I watched some of the individual short cartoons that made up that series, because they aired on White TV here in Canada. Bernard the Polar Bear was one of them, and also the amazing Adrenalini Brothers. And another thing I know about Sunday Pants was that they aired some Cartoon Network pilots as well, done by Cartoon Network, so it's somewhat of a spiritual successor to the What a Cartoon Show. And also, Cartoon Network's first original series, its first non-Adult Swim original series to be rated PG after Space Ghost Coast to Coast, I believe, until they started having it be more of a regular thing with, well, regular show, as well as Adventure Time. Ethan's accent, remember Uncle Gus? I still haven't seen that pilot yet, but I am aware of the character. I believe he's created by the same guy as Big Nate. That's something that I realized in more recent years. I remember playing as Uncle Gus in the online game Cartoon Summer Resort. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, I see Nicktoons logo also mentioned Planet Sketch. Yes, I love Planet Sketch. It's been like, I don't know, like over 15 years since I seen the first season. Like, I feel like they played the second season more often in reruns on both Teletoon and Cartoon Network Canada. But yeah, I like Planet Sketch. To the widow who remember it, it's not really considered to be Artman's best, but I don't know, maybe my nostalgia to talk about it. I like the variety of the sketches there, including the one of my favorites is Napkin Squirrel, which is, you know, it's about a squirrel who's in the shape of origami made out of a napkin, of course. You know, the first two things that it would do would be all innocent, but then, you know, it just remembers that it's made out of paper, so it ends up getting all wet. Okay. Let's see, Plus Boo is asking any new cartoons that I came across. Yes, on Disney Plus currently, I am watching their new Nigerian anime series, I Want You, if I'm saying that name correctly, and I think it's pretty good so far. Like the animation, and I like the main villain, Bode, if I'm saying that correctly. Yes, a very well designed series. For sure I have to remember it. I mean, for sure I have to remember watching the rest of the series. And asking if anybody watched Big Nate on Paramount Plus. I believe I just ran it in the background. I have no real recollection of what went on in Big Nate. I know it's based on a comic strip, but I have little familiarity with the comic strip either. Yes, Sports Voice pointing out with Planet Sketch, and you can definitely tell the animation didn't age well, especially the first season. Though the second season is an improvement. Yeah, I remember the first season designs and the second season designs being night and day. Like, the second season was slightly closer to the trademark Wallace and Gromit style that we're used to seeing through Aardman's stop-motion works. Oh, let's see. Sports was also asking, favorite Oscar proud moment. Man, there's just so much. Like, Oscar is my favorite Proud Family character. Like, basically, all of the members on Oscar's side of the family, him, Sugar Mama, and Bobby are the best. Well, with Oscar in particular, I don't know, I guess, Well, just name one. I'm just thinking about the duck episode with Chester the duck, where he's annoyed that Chester's eating all of his food and just being a hoarder around the house. Right, that's just one Oscar moment out of many. Like, he's a priceless character. You guys should watch Media Memento's video on how Oscar is one of the better examples of a dad who may act goofy a lot of the times, but is deep down very, very loving, very admirable. Let's see. Daniel says that did you know that he's working on Evil Concorde reanimated? Oh yeah, I may be wrong, but I might have seen your name on like the list. But yeah, for those who don't know, it's a project that Kristen Frades is running, and I animated a scene of Gas 3 a few years ago. If you're a fan of Evil Concorde, if you're an animator, definitely reach out to Kristen about that project. Ethan's accent. Remember Nana and little Puss Puss, the DNA from DNA Productions? Yeah, I believe I've seen one of the sorts where, it's Nana, like stroking or petting the titular Puss Puss and, just making a joke that, get it? The cat is basically named Pussy Cat. But yeah, I'm aware of those sorts. Albert 3000 accent. If I heard of Verbal Ace, yes, I'll get the alpha out of the room right now. Yes, I am aware of what's been going on with him and that Hazbin Hotel animation that he commissioned. Yeah, it's a wild controversy, but I'm not going into that. But in general, yeah, I was aware of him even before that thing. My favorite video of his is when he was doing a Tetris beatbox. If I'll do an impression of it, I can't do it. Oh, I see that Simon, Baby Wang Traces is here. Welcome. Okay, let's give him a big round of applause. I appreciate the 10th anniversary with Simon. Nice to have you here. If you have any questions, please drop them here. Let's see. Jason's asking, what's my all-time favorite and least favorite Looney Tunes shorts? And talking about the theatrical shorts made between 1930 to 1969 and 1987 to 2003. Okay, so, wait, I think I answered what my favorite Looney Tunes short is. It's Duck Amuck. One of Chuck Jones' masterpieces. And for my least favorite, I don't know. Just thousands of those Looney Tunes shorts. I haven't seen every one of them, but I don't know, like, I don't have good vibes about the 7 Arts the 7 Arts cartoons with Cool Cat, or the ones with Speedy being chased by Daffy for some reason. And also, I don't really care much for like the black and white cartoons that have Bosco and Buddy in them. I mean, Bosco is somewhat charming, but Buddy, I don't know, he's just plain forgettable. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? I see somebody mentioning about channel T3. Yeah, I heard of that show. Apparently, it's created by Norman Lear, the late famous TV sitcom producer. I haven't seen an episode of it yet, but I know it aired on Kids WB, and the main character, apparently he's an ostrich, but he looks more like a rover to me, which is funny because the Roadrunner himself is occasionally mistaken as an ostrich. Oh, let's see. Asking if Mutate Crack is also asking if I've heard of King. Yeah, definitely. I've definitely heard of King. I watched it casually as a kid, and I think the last time I watched it was a few years ago on Tubi, and from what I remember of it, for sure I have to go back at it, see if I enjoy it more. But yeah, King is a show that I remember existed in my childhood, but never paid that much attention to, really. And you want to know more about King, definitely check out Norbert's review of it. And the show itself is on YouTube as well entirely. Let's see here. Jason said regarding Verboys, you gotta admit though, the memes made with that has-been video are absolutely priceless. Yes, especially the main punchline being that Verboys allegedly spent $50,000 on that thing. Oh yes, thank you Zeke for the anniversary wish. Let's see, what else do we have here? Nick Tunes is asking if anybody remembers these shows from Sprout. Pajanimals, Rough Tweet and Dave, Astro Blast, Kipper, Poppycat, Webwee Pig, Fugos, Stella and Sam, and Bo. I've very least heard of most of those shows. The ones that I really watched were, I remember seeing Kipper many years ago, and a little bit of Poppycat, I think. And Wembley Pig, I remember. I think I remember Wembley Pig the most out of all the shows you mentioned. It was a cute show about this little pig. Let's see. Inky's accent is Futurama turned 25 years old. Yes, this month, March 28th. Let's see. The Spuns boy saying that I only know that Jeff Swampy Mars worked on it, and by it I believe he's referring to Bounty Hamster, before moved to America to make Phase a verb. Yes, and I saw earlier in the chat people were mentioning about Arg, it's the Mr. Hell show, which I haven't seen, but I've heard of it. It's about this devil character who hosts a talk show, I believe, and Swampy Mars has worked on that show too. You could correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, and also asking if I heard of Pig City. Yeah, you're damn right I heard Pig City. Yeah, I remember watching it on Teletoon. And I remember the three main characters, including Martha, who's like, I'm trying to remember the main pig character's name. I think it's Mike or something. But yeah, Pig City, I remember watching that on weekday afternoons on Teletoon, and then around that same time would be Robo Roach. Let me know if anybody remembers that. And yes, I've heard of Sidekick before, Albar 3000. It's an okay show for sure. Probably the best character in it is Trevor. Just another dude character that Kristen Potenza is known for, like Jude from 16 and Chris from Total Drama. Yes, rip in peace, Teletoon. And yeah, it's gonna be the 1-year anniversary of Teletoon passing away and being becoming an actual Cartoon Network Canada. While the Cartoon Network Canada we already had was turned into Boomerang. Okay, so another one from Mutated Kraken. What's my favorite cartoon that is very obscure? Okay, so by very obscure, well, I'll say Evil Concarde is obscure, but I don't know, its popularity is growing a bit. So, but O'Grady on the other hand, as well as Baby Bros, I don't know, those are still like, also Birds and Flying Around Junior High, those are also some more obscure shows than, say, Evil Concarde, that I think are good stuff. And let's see. Inky's accent, if I know Mike the Knight, yeah, he used to come on Treehouse. Was never into it though. Shimu Happy Pets accent. If I like Gene, Jailbreak, and High Five from the Emoji Movie, I'm very neutral towards the Emoji Movie. I played it at least once on Netflix, but I have little recollection of it. Maybe I fell asleep while watching it actually, so I can't say that I hate the Emoji Movie like how everybody else does. It doesn't look bad on at the visual standpoint. As for the writing and characters, I don't know, again, I'm very neutral. Daniel's accent, why did Teletoon turn into Cartoon Network Canada? I don't know the exact reason why, but I do remember for sure that the Teletoon name is still like for the French version of it, as well as on Prime Video there's the Teletoon Plus channel, which has a lot of Corsair Entertainment, Cartoon Network, and Warner Bros. Stuff streaming on it. Okay. Zeke's accent, does anybody like Animal Crossing or has heard of it? Definitely heard of it. I definitely recognize the characters, but I haven't played it. Let's see. Mutate Kraken is asking, what's the worst movie and show that I've ever watched? I see some pretty bad stuff, and yes, Nicktoons logo was mentioned about Alan Gregory being pretty bad. Yeah, I didn't like that one either, like, especially when it comes to Alan Gregory and his infatuation with his old principal. Yeah, just leave it at that. I ate that joke, but yeah, so for my personal pick for worst movie and show, I don't know. I'll say for worst movie, I don't know, it's a so bad it's good kind of way, but Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. I know it's not Christmas time, but whatever. That movie is barely about Christmas anyway. Like, most of it is just a Jack and the Beanstalk adaptation, framed around Santa being stuck on the beach on a sled, and mostly keep himself restricted around that area, even though he could just get up and walk for. It's such a weird movie. And I recommend seeing it out if you're in the mood for a movie that's so bad that it's worthwhile for that. Waffle Block is asking, who's my favorite Space Ghost character? Easy, Zorak. Absolutely love Zorak, as Seabar Croker really gave some new life to him, voice-wise and animation-wise and humor-wise. I like him in the original Space Ghost 2 when he was played by Don Messick, when Zorak was more of a real villain. But I like him even more when he's just a plain old jerk on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Cartoon Planet, and The Brack Show. Love that Mantis. Anything else? Yeah, and despite that, still can't get over that. Hang on. Hey. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, SpongeBob, yeah, I know the creator of the Backyardigans, Janice Burgess, passing away. Yeah, I know, that is a shock. And I remember you pointing out about how it is an eerie coincidence about how I mentioned about Austin in my O'Grady video. And Subi mentioned that I made that video in advance before even knowing that Janice was gonna go away. So yeah, that is definitely unfortunate coincidence there. And may Janice rest in peace. Let's see. And Waffle Block is saying that they made a Brack cosplay mask, though it's more cat looking than he usually looks. Oh, that's cool. And has anybody seen, I haven't seen the full episode or even the full season yet, but with Jellystone, Brack, Zorak, and Moltar made a big comeback. And Brack is voiced by Andy Merrow, like he's done since Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And Zorak is played by Jim Conroy, who you may know as voice of Rough Ruffman on Vets with Rough Ruffman, and on the show, on Jellystone itself, he voices Huckleberry Hound, I believe. And Moltar, you can remind me, SpongeBob, who voiced Moltar in Jellystone. Yeah, let's see here. As Simo's accent went When will Classical Remake Part 7 come out? Spring or fall? We'll just have to wait and see. And yes, the creator of Dragon Ball Z passed away too early this year. Yeah, around same time as the Backyardigans creator passed away. Akira passed away. I'll admit, I never watched much Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, but I do remember the Canadian versions of the theme songs pretty well. But I do respect its legacy and how it is the ultimate anime series for a lot of people. The ultimate show to come home from school and chill out and watch some hardcore action. Let's see. Jason is asking, and yeah, don't worry, Jason. You can ask as much as you like when it comes to the questions. But yeah, I haven't gone to see more of Summer Camp Island yet. But so yeah, I have. So therefore, when I see like your Summer Camp Island posts on your community tab, I don't know. I'm kind of. I don't know. It's either I've avoided spoilers for them, or because I'm still very casual with my need to check out that show. But I'm glad that you're enjoying it, Jason. I've been seeing your community tab posts with your recaps. I don't know, haven't looked at them closely. Most likely, maybe as a subtle way of not get myself spoiled. But yeah. Oh yes, and George Woe is saying. George Woe is the voice of Space Ghost in Jellystone 2. Yeah, I know. I heard. It's nice that he came out of retirement from the character to play Space Ghost in Jellystone. And Smiley Comforts is here. Yes, so make sure you give this video a like, or the stream I should say, a big thumbs up. And if you're a newcomer, make sure you subscribe as well. And also hit those live reaction emojis. Hit as much as you can. See, just any other questions that I'm missing. Okay, so remember these shows, Ricky Sprocket's Showbiz Boy. Yes, I think I talked about it in a stream not too long ago, but I love that show. Get Ed. I haven't seen that one, but I heard of it. It's created by the late Andy Knight, who did Ned's Newt, to Marty. I haven't seen that one either, but I heard of it. Stormhawks. I've seen a little bit of it. I know it's from Nerd Corps, who did League of Super Evil, and Swatera, two shows that I watch more of and prefer. Bunny Maloney. Okay, I'll admit, that one I'm not familiar with at all. I don't think I ever heard of that one. Nerds and Monsters. Yeah, that one I've seen, and yeah, it's your run-of-the-mill Canadian kids cartoon. It's just fine. And Clan Invasion. Same thing with that. It's one of those cartoons where you have nothing else. An animation error that had me livid when I saw it. If I ever choose to skim through the series, I'll have to find that animation error that I'm thinking of. Let's see. Williams asked if I remember Butch Hartman's cartoon, The Garden. Yes, I'm aware of it, but I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it for myself. I just see people like Saber Spark talk about it. Oh, okay, so Jason said I made the right call and I'll pay too close attention to the community post about Summer Camp Island. And now I have the potential of being just as pleasantly surprised by it as I was. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, and yes, Mutated Kraken is asking about Tracy McBean, the greatest inventor. Yeah, that one I remember seeing on TVO Kids occasionally. But again, it's another one of those childhood cartoons, kind of like King, in which it came on and I will kind of look at it, but it will never hold my attention. Okay. And yes, I do know that with Atomic Betty, it is the 20th anniversary of it. Yeah, I liked the show fine. I believe the season that I might have enjoyed the most was the last one, which I believe was dubbed Atomic Betty Mission Earth, which I saw on Cartoon Network Canada. And that was probably the most attention I ever gave Atomic Betty. It's a decent show overall. Okay, SpongeBob is asking a favorite underrated Billy and Mandy episode from the post-Grim and Evil era. Oh boy. Okay, just today one, I don't hear much people talk about how great Super Zero is. If you remember, it's one where Billy becomes a superhero. That's where he shoots out yogurt from his armpits. And it's not just any yogurt, it is Heifer Farms partially hydrogenated fruit at the bottom yogurt. Which is partially hydrogenated. And then there's a subplot with Billy in a shed. And he's like, it's so easy, even a toad nincompoop could make it. And Grim is like you? And Harold says, yeah, like you. Let's see. And Captain Flamingo. Yeah, that's another show from the same people as Atomic Betty, which I remember the SpongeBob recommended that I should check it out more. Yeah, whenever I have the time, I will. Yeah, otherwise that's another show that it came on as a kid. I caught it occasionally, but it was just fine. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, okay, we got one from Zeke asking a favorite white TV cartoon. And by that, it means a cartoon that's made especially for white TV. Oh, there's several, and a majority of them are from Nelvana. I do like Sticking Around, and also I like Jacob Tutu as well. And trying to remember another one I like League of Super Evil. And just thinking like the ones that are made exclusively for white TV first. So yeah, so I mentioned those three as some of my favorites because I don't know, like Teletoon and white TVs will often syndicate the same program. So like for like Wayside, for example, it's mainly a Teletoon show. It was made for in the first place, but then it was syndicated on white TV. And also Fire Rhino Junior High was made for Teletoon as well, but I remember seeing it on white TV instead. Ethan is asking, what's my favorite Pixar short? There's a few. Well, if the Spark shorts count, you know, the ones that are on Disney Plus where they experiment with more different animation styles than just the usual CGI. I really love 20-something. That's such an excellent short, and I hope the director of that one gets more projects done at Pixar. Oh, and Enki, what's playing in the background? I'm playing Looney Tunes, but not just any Looney Tunes. I'm playing Space Jam: A New Legacy, basically because, well, it's March, you know, March Madness. Yeah, how's everybody's March break been going, or spring break, as it's mainly called in America? Let's see. Okay, so no, Planets Gets never aired on white TV, from what I can remember. Only aired on Teletoon and Cartoon Network Canada. Okay, so now it says favorite white TV cartoons are Sidekick, Frontology. Yeah, I remember that one too. Like mainly for like the Nelvana logo being slimed. Kid vs. Cat, as I mentioned before, I'm pretty mixed about that show. But when it's enjoyable, it's enjoyable. But when it's frustrating, it's frustrating. Jacob Tutu and Wake Up Super Evil, I mentioned liking those two. and Mona the Vampire. Oh yeah, yeah, that one has a very memorable theme song, and the show itself is also fine. And Being Ian is once again a show that I watch casually, but does it with a big impact. Oh, I just remember another cartoon that I love from YTV, Mobile Mysteries. Yeah, that's another really obscure show that I recommend people check out. Sometimes it's about Mo, Mimi, and Hitch solving mysteries, as the title implies, while other times it's just different kids around the town going through supernatural stuff. Uh, I really like that show, and I know one of my acquaintances in the cartoon art community, Sophie Birchers, is a humongous fan of it. Definitely the biggest fan of it on the internet, I could safely say that. So yeah, she also uploaded the whole series of Mobile Mysteries, so you can check that out. Rick is back and is asking, what's my favorite Camp Roswell character? Uh, I don't know, like, with Camp Roswell, I haven't seen an awful lot of it. Yeah, but I will say that, I don't know, kind of like Edward. Just think about him and how he's yet another melodramatic character voiced by Mr. Lawrence, so when he's angry, he sounds like Plankton. So, yeah, I guess I'll go with Edward. Let's see. Favorite Family Guy songs. Okay, so I love the theme song for sure, and also I love Shipoopy, even though it wasn't made for Family Guy. It's a cover of a song from I forgot where, but you know how Family Guy is with its deep cut pop culture references. And I also love the freaking FCC song as well. And favorite regular show characters of the main duo, I think I like Rigby the most, especially with how he changed character development wise. He was probably the jerkiest of the main characters, especially compared to Mordecai. But then Mordecai kind of decline in his character, especially with that love triangle going on. But Rigby, he's shown to grow more. Like, he graduated, he has a much healthier relationship with Eileen than Mordecai has with either Margaret or CJ. So yeah, Rigby I love, and Benson is a character who I love to hate. I just love seeing him get angry, but at the same time, it just depends on the episode. Sometimes it's fun to see him be overly angry and be kind of a jerk of a boss. Other times it's like, no, you shouldn't have eaten those burgers. You shouldn't have eaten Mordecai Rigby's burgers, man. Those were the last burgers of the entire century. And you could just, put those burgers in the fridge or something. Yeah, that Best Burger in the World episode is a little bit frustrating. Let's see. Seek is asking if I heard of Bluey. Oh, I definitely have heard of Bluey. In fact, as for my opinion on the show itself, I don't know. I respect how a lot of adults, including parents, appreciate the series, but for me, it's not my thing. But also, I enjoy watching YouTube videos about Bluey more than like having interest in checking out the show itself. Like, there's this one channel called B&B Productions, I believe that's his name, who is all about Bluey, and I watch his videos, and yeah, it's one of those shows in which I was more interested in hearing people talk about it than it is like getting myself to check it out for myself. Let's see. SpongeBob is asking, favorite Toronto-based voice actors that isn't Judy Lemieux and Katie Crown, as well as favorite underrated voice actors. Okay, so I'll go with Toronto-based specifically. Let's see. Well, I guess Cree Summer, Tara Strong kind of count because they grew up in Toronto, but they're mostly known for their American cartoons. So I guess they count, but as far as voice actors who mostly do Canadian-only cartoons go, Oh yeah, there's definitely some that I like. Tracy Moore, I believe I mentioned liking her as well. The voice of George Strakes, as well as Ned from Ned's Newt, among many other characters. And also really like Ron Rubin, who voices Randy Kiss from Flying Viral Junior High. Just a couple that comes off the top of my head. Regardless of whether they're Canadian or American, I think Greg Eagles deserves more appreciation. Uh, he's only really known for Grimm, and for sure that's his best role, but I don't know, he deserves to be as famous as his Billy and Mandy co-stars like Grey Delisle and Richard Horvitz. And let's see, what else do we have here? Nas says that Ben Say got what he deserved by Ian. The death set was wrong. Oh yeah, but does deserve to die. Yeah. And it says Nas is saying that Death Set was his favorite episode of the series. Yeah, I do remember that episode of regular show. Let's see here. Let's see. Daniel's asking if I have a favorite web anime set. Let's see. Well, I know there is some that I like. I do like the cartoons by HotDigDyDemon.com. Like I used to watch his Brain Dump series, and I don't know what happened to it, but wacky game jokes for kids. I like that series of his, but for whatever reason, for when I last checked out, I don't see it. So what? HotDigDyDemon.com is just one web anime that I watch. Long Gulch, and I'm happy to hear that they're coming out with an art book based on it. We don't know the fate of the show itself, but at least they got an art book done of it, and I absolutely love the style of that pilot. Tara Billinger and Zach, what's his name, did excellent job. Yeah, let's see. Jason's asking. Oh wait. Hang on, I got one from Kristen. Welcome, buddy. Let's see. Favorite fact that he has taught me. I think I told you this before, but for one, I do like how you told me about how apparently Steph McFarlane would have worked on Cat Dog, but he was declined, which explains why Peter Griffin sings the Cat Dog theme song drunk in one Family Guy episode. Okay, so going back to your question, Jason. He's asking. He says that that he remembers that I reviewed in a very old Cartoon Network duo compilation that I considered We Bare Bears a top tier Cartoon Network show. And same here, favorite episode and character. Yeah, so I'll start with favorite character first. I'll say up the three bears themselves. I like Ice Bear. I think I like Ice Bear the most because of how deadpan he is and how he's a bear of very little words, and also that means that he's a great chef as well. As for favorite episode, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've seen the show, but I do remember liking the burrito episode where Grizz is attached to this oversized burrito, and for those who haven't seen it, I don't know, I guess I might not bother spoil why he has such an attachment to it, but that's one episode I like. I don't know, like We Bare Bears is a show that, yeah, I do really like it, but it's not one that I watch often, let alone where it's one where, yeah, I can instantly remember what's my favorite episode. Just vaguely remember some episode premises, if that makes sense. Oh, the Sponge Boy is saying that, speaking of art books, Amphibia is getting one later this year. Yes! Yeah, I've heard of it, and I'm excited. I definitely want to get a copy. But I'm disappointed that Gravity Falls was denied of getting one. I heard from Alex Hirsch that it would have, but for whatever reason, they rejected it. Let's see. Daniel saying that my mic has interrupted again. Let's see. If it is, I will restart briefly. Okay, let me know if it happens again, but I believe you're referring to my answer about We Bear Bears, but yeah, basically I'll say that Ice Bear was my favorite character, and even and the burrito episode is one episode that I like, but otherwise I'm sure there are others that I enjoy, but I just can't remember. I think there's also one where the three bears think that their two human neighbors are basically out to get them or something like that. Inky is asking if I should play video games. Yeah, I'm thinking that I should do some let's plays on stream some let's plays on this channel eventually. Especially since I've been binge watching a lot of Mike's Toontown, and for those who are not familiar with him, he's basically one guy with a whole ton of voice impressions. He's also a plus tuber, but his main series is cartoony gameplay, so he's playing the games as he's in the characters of Kermit the Frog, Bart Simpson, SpongeBob, and a whole bunch of other characters. He's become a comfort channel of mine. Oh, okay, so this as well as Wong Gong Gulch being my favorite of the indie animation pilots that have been trending lately. Let's see. Let's see. The Spuds Boy is saying that, speaking of underrated voice actors or earlier, he says he felt like Nicole St. John, that one recurrent Futurama voice actress with the cute voice, could have done more work. Yeah, I know you like her as, what's the name of the girl with the ear on her forehead, Sally. Yeah, I know you really like her work as that character. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna be, I need that sip because, answering questions can be pretty time consuming for the mouth. Oh yeah, Kevin Temmer. Yes, Kevin Temmer is definitely another web animator that I love. How can I forget about him, especially since I had him be interviewed on this channel here. And congratulations to him on his work on The Amazing Digital Circus. I really like that pilot, and I'm happy that he got the Annie nomination. So at least we have like the full song itself that we could jam to, and the whole trilogy of those movie trope songs are my favorite from Kevin. Okay, so now it's just saying that I need to get my mic fixed because it's been muted so many times. Let's see. And if anybody else hears anything wrong with the mic, please let me know. But otherwise, the connection here is throughout the stream. Like, excellent connection actually. But yes, Jason said that Mike's Toontown also has an archive account. It's an absolute godsend. Thanks to him, he's been able to play those old SpongeBob point and quick PC games from his childhood again. For the first time in ages. Yeah, I know. I took a visit to Mike's Toontown's in the archive page, and The one thing that I visited on there was his Nickelodeon mixtape, Nickelodeon Classics. And yes, I know it's a recurrent joke on Mike's Toontown that he really doesn't like Reggie Rocket, Rocket Power in general. And he especially hates that Slam Bam Bam Boom DA song from Nicktoons, that one PC game. And Steven's here. Yes, thank you for the 10th anniversary wish. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, Space Jam: A New Legacy is for the 10th anniversary wish. Thank you to like the new subscribers and the old subscribers who've been around for so long for tuning in and enjoying my stuff. And speaking of which, make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying this stream so far, and make sure you subscribe for more fun streams, nerdy streams like this. You know what? I think I'm gonna be wrapping up in about 5 minutes. So I'll answer a few more questions. Actually, I think, let me see if there's any questions from that community tab that I might have missed. Let's see here. Okay, so Spencer Holiday is asking if I'm happy that there's going to be another Mario movie. To be honest, I might vaguely be aware of the fact that apparently a new Mario movie was announced during March 10th, which is Mario Day. I may be wrong, but I have to look that up. Oh, Dr. Jazzman's here. Hey, welcome. Oh yeah, it's okay if you're late. Yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping up pretty soon. So you can watch the replay of this. But you still easy as answered by favorite white TV shows, Wayside and Braceface and 16, and I mentioned Friday Ronald Junior High being originally made for Teletoon, even though I only remember seeing it on white TV, and I do like Total Drama as well, at least with the original generation of contestants. What other ones do I enjoy from Teletoon? Oh, Ricky Sprocket, I already mentioned Loving That Show. And let's see. And Jason is asking, favorite book from Infinity Train. I'll say the first book, with Tulip, and then the third book, focusing on Grace and Crazy Ass Simon. And easily my least favorite book is the fourth one. I don't know, like, after the intensity that was book 3, book 4 felt slightly underwhelming by comparison. Also, that Talking Bell, yeah, it's too, she sounds too much like Eileen from regular show. Yes, I know it's Minty Willis voicing her, but it's still distracting. Inky's accent, what about Ed and Eddie? Oh yeah, with Ed and Eddie, in general, I do like that show. I'm not as big of a fan as a lot of other people are, but I do love its style. But I barely remember watching it on Teletoon though, and I know apparently its life on Teletoon was very short-lived, which also explains why, even when it was syndicated on Cartoon Network Canada many years later, it only aired like the Cell anime, and not the ones where they're at school. Let's see. Ethan's accent favorite Pixar movie, easily the first 3 Toy Story films. Oh, okay. And yes, SpongeBoy saying that he's gonna be leaving. So yeah, nice to have you here, SpongeBoy. Take care. Okay, so now his favorite Teletoon shows are Atomic Betty. Yep, I know you're a huge fan of that one. And Wayside, Total Drama, Braceface, Donkey Kong Country. Yes, that one has some pretty funny memes. I'll sour you with coconut cream pies. And Camp Wake Bottom, yeah, I remember watching that one. Rocket Monkeys. I remember seeing that one and also an interview with the creators saying that they're inspired by Ren and Stimpy and Rats. Oh, yeah, I definitely remember that one. And Ned's Newt. Yeah, that's another favorite of mine. 16 and Stoked, which I have little memories of, but it's basically 16 but on a beach. And Atomic Puppet. I haven't seen an episode of that yet. Okay. Let's see. SpongeBob's asking if I'm ever going to do another drama request stream, not using coffee. To be honest, I think the only time I'll do a drama request stream is like basically if it's for a very special occasion. Otherwise, as I mentioned before, cut down on just doing free drama requests. But yes, take care of yourself, SpongeBob. Nice having you. Okay, there's a couple questions I missed. Favorite cartoon, Steven asks, what's my favorite cartoon as a kid? Easy, I love Arthur. Arthur is the ultimate childhood cartoon, as well as Looney Tunes as well, specifically through the Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show. And favorite DreamWorks movie, the first two Shrek films, especially Shrek 1, for how legendary the comedy and writing and characters are. You know what else everybody likes? Parfaits. But what about cupcakes? Yes, this is a little celebratory cupcake here. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're doing a podcast, Dr. Jazzman. Yeah, definitely have to check that out. Put that on my agenda. Let's see. DMB's asking if I seen Kung Fu Panda 4. Somebody else also asked that question in the community tab, and I simply said, no, I haven't seen it. And yeah, that answer still applies to you asking at DMB. I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda 4 yet. But I saw the thumbnail for Cartoon C's review of it say that apparently it's mid. I don't know. In general, I'm not the biggest Kung Fu Panda fan, but I don't know, I might check it out still. Okay guys, so we have time for like just a few more questions. Yeah, so just a few more questions, or maybe just two more. Yeah, I'll just ask two more. You can ask two more, and then we're gonna be wrapping up. In the meantime, I might read some comments that I have missed. Oh, okay. So Inky's asking if I should do a St. Patrick's Day stream. Maybe. Might put that on my agenda. We'll just have to wait and see about that, Inky. Let's see. Oh, Jason's really happy that Daddy's here. And he's also saying that since the stream is ending soon, I guess he's bid his proper adieu for today, and for this opportunity too. And yes, see you soon, Jason. And yes, I do need to finish up those two Cartoon Network requests that I doodled, that I sketched last summer. Oh, maybe if I do a stream on St. Patrick's Day, no, that's the one I should do. If you guys are all okay with that. Okay. Alright, so last question, everybody, and it's gonna be from Ethan. Favorite Aardman movie, and that will have to be Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Rare Rabbit. I don't enjoy it as much as their first two shorts, A Grand Day Out and The Wrong Trousers, but it is for sure an intense adventure with Wallace and Gromit and the mysterious were-rabbit who, okay, I guess this is one spoiler that I mentioned. Yeah, spoilers for like an almost 20-year-old movie. The were-rabbit happens to be Wallace himself after some sort of experimentation gone wrong. So, yes, see you later, Albar 3000. And see you too, DMB. Alright, everybody, that is a wrap. Thank you all for this nice casual chat. You know, it's good that I get to do a stream like this. With, I don't have to worry about multitasking with drawing and talking with you guys. Just connected with you guys like this, you know. So thank you once again for a great Q&A stream, and thank you once again for the 10th anniversary wishes. Yes, goodbye, Steven. And once again, I have to say to those who stuck around for that long, and for those who are new to this channel, thank you. And expect more great content for the next 10 years. I'm always working on improving my content. And now he's saying, that's a huge rap like a buffalo. Anytime, Barry. Yes. Oh yes, and Daniel, I have to check out your gift on Twitter. Yes, I know already that I'm going to appreciate it. So yes, thank you, Daniel, and goodbye, Inky, and you're welcome, Ethan. So yes, take care of yourselves, everybody, and have a good rest of your week and weekend. Alright. Yep, and catch you on the flip side too. Now